many questions we don't ask. We hear about Krishna. Every small thing that Krishna does is divinely incomprehensible. At least we must know that it is divinely incomprehensible. Instead, we take it for granted. We hear these topics as a mundane story. And this is our folly, our fall down. Right? So what I have done, I have read the entire, I have read the Vishwanath Chakravarti's Thakur's explanation, and sometime I will read, but what I will do, because I will cover this whole thing today, so we started from text 26, and whenever necessary I will read Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. As of now, I am going to read my note. Okay, I have made a note. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 8th chapter, and chapter is Lord Krishna shows the universal form. This is the chapter, and so the first one is the text 26 we started. O kings for a kith, within a very short time both Rama and Krishna began to walk very easily in Gokul on their legs by their own strength without need to crawl. Right? So, so here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, without scraping their knees on the ground, Krishna and Balaram effortlessly began walking about Gokul. The word Anjasa is sometimes substituted with the word Ojasa, which means boldly. In other words, Krishna and Balaram stopped crawling and started walking boldly around Gokul. So, dear devotees, if it looks like Krishna is walking, or he was crawling and now he has started walking. So what is the big thing? He is God. He can do anything, right? So now the question here is, he who has already killed Putana, Sakatasura and Thrunabharta is trying to walk on his own strength. Is this not bewildering? He has killed Putana, he has killed Sakatasura, he has killed Thrunabharta. Now we are hearing that Krishna and Balaram started walking. So is it his love for Mother Yashoda that makes him to become a small child and walk? Or is it his natural opulence, being a divine child, that makes him act the way he is acting? So Krishna walking, right? Krishna and Balaram, they are walking. So this is a transcendental event. We cannot explain why does he do this. But we can always ask this question. What is meaning? Suppose I am a small baby. I am trying to walk. How do I walk? I walk because I want to feel that I am growing. I have some natural strength. Isn't it? I have given this example. Because when Yamuna was a small child and she started crawling. When she started crawling, we had this duplex quarter and there was a inside staircase. And as soon as she will see the staircase, she would immediately rush towards the staircase. And then by the time we are after her, she has already gone top. And many times she has fallen from the staircase. Why does she do that? Because she has realized, or somebody is telling her that she has certain ability now. And that ability is, she can go up the staircase. And we mundane people, we do certain things to show that I have certain capability. But what Krishna is going to demonstrate through this Leela of trying to walk, he is not going to walk because he has found or he has discovered some newfound energy within him to walk. No. So this is very, very incomprehensible. Why does he do that? But one thing, I asked two questions there. One is that it's just because to please Yashoda he is doing. Then that would be acting. Right? Suppose I want to please someone, then I will be acting. And Krishna's this act is real. It is not acting. So one way I see, this is my, you can say my commentary on this in the sense that Krishna has within himself a child. He is manifesting himself as a child, divine child. And as a divine child, these are his activities. He is exploring. So, Krishna walking and my walking are completely different. We will discuss shortly what does it mean. Now we go to the next one, text 27. Thereafter, Lord Krishna, along with Balaram, began to play with other children of the cowherd man, thus awakening the transcendental bliss of cowherd woman. Okay. And here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a very short commentary. In the pastimes of stealing butter, Krishna was the predominant figure. Therefore, in this verse, Krishna is described as Sahorama along with Balaram. So here my comments here is, Lord's childhood pastimes gave immense pleasure to his parents and other cowherd men and ladies. Right? So, Lord is paying back, right? His parents were loving him. And by performing these pastimes, he wants to increase their ananda. What is that song? Nanda ke ghar ananda bhayo, jai kanaya lal ge. Sa ananda. So, he is paying back. These devotees, they loved him and he is paying back. So, suppose you say Krishna is paying back, repaying, he is repaying his gratitude to his parents, to elderly ladies, gopas and gopis and so forth. And that is why he is doing so many activities as a small child. So now question is, does he have to do so? Is he obliged? As absolute truth, he is not obliged to anyone. Still he feels indebted to his devotees. Why? He is the absolute truth. As the absolute truth, he is absolute truth. He is debt-free. He is debt-free. He is completely full. He is complete. So this is another question. So Krishna feels indebted to his devotees. So this is his transcendental quality. Next, observing the very attractive childish restlessness of Krishna, all the gopis in neighborhood, to hear about Krishna's activities again and again, would approach Mother Yashoda and speak to her as follows. So Krishna was doing, as a small child, all kinds of mischief. And to describe that mischief, they are coming to the house of Mother Yashoda. Right? And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, seeing the naughty pastimes of Krishna and enjoying them very much, the gopis in the neighborhood would approach Yashoda and tell her what they saw. When they would gather in the Yashoda's house, Yashoda would stop her many household chores and listen to the activities of a child. On the pretext of reprimanding her for not controlling her restless son, the gopis would give great joy to Mother Yashoda. Okay? So gopis have come with a baggage of complaint. And they are demanding Yashoda, you better control your son. And Yashoda is smiling. She loves her son so much, even if she is doing certain things, she is enjoying it. She is not thinking her son is bringing infamy to her. Right? So, my note here is, even if there are many complaints, gopis and Yashoda would converse about naughtiness of Krishna. Since there are intense love for Krishna, these conversations are at the level of transcendence. Right? The gopis love Krishna. That's why every day they would give up their household chores. They will come to the house of Yashoda. Yashoda also would give up the household chores. And they will converse. And who is the center of that conversation? Is Krishna. And what is that conversation? Krishna's naughtiness. Normally what happens, you see, in our mundane life, we have seen that because we also grew up as a child. And normally two neighboring families, many times they fought because of the issues related to children. Okay, they have fought. And they become enemies as well. But here, Mother Yashoda and these elderly gopis, that is her friends, their bonding increased. It's not that they became enemy of each other. They're discussing about naughtiness of Krishna. But then, in that, they are growing closer to each other because Krishna is the center. Next, now this is the text 29. Gopis are talking to Yashoda in her house and they are saying, our dear friend Yashoda, your son sometimes comes to our house before the milking of cows and releases the calves. Now, before milking of the cows, you should not release the calf. Why? Because calf otherwise will drink all the milk and they will get nothing. And when the master of the house becomes angry, your son merely smiles. That Krishna has done something naughty. And this is inexcusable naughtiness, right? Because for a gwala, milk is the only wealth he has to sell in the market. But simply giving his sweet smile, he is able to conquer their husbands. Sometimes he devises some process by which he steals palatable curd, butter, and milk, and which he then eats and drinks. When the monkeys assemble, he divides it with them. When the monkeys have their bellies so full that they won't take more, he breaks the pot. Sometimes, if he gets no opportunity to steal the butter or milk from a house, he will be angry at the householders, and for his revenge, he will agitate the small children by pinching them. And then when the children begin crying, Krishna will run away. Okay. So, dear devotees, there are many incomprehensible things here. You may think, oh, it's a wonderful thing, but there are so many things. But let me read. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, the gopis said, Mother Yashoda, just hear about your son's mischievous deeds. Just before dawn, your restless son walks around the neighborhood looking for an opportunity to steal some yogurt. Before the milking time, he releases the calves and then proceeds to drink all their mother's milk. When everyone runs hither and thither to catch the calves, Krishna stealthily enters their houses and steals yogurt and runs away. One day when that yogurt thief came, we shouted, beat him, tie him up. But he smiled ever so sweetly. Smitten by his intoxicating smile, we forgot everything. Stunned, we just watched him to do his dirty work without responding. Sitting calmly, he ate our milk and butter without even running away, while we stood by totally bewildered. Yashoda replied, in that case, why didn't you just let him eat till his belly was full? Okay. Gopi said, he is always being fed by you, so he has no hunger. It is not a question of hunger. He has a taste for stealing. He likes to steal milk and yogurt. He does not like it if we give it to him, because you have already fed him so much. He has no hunger of being fed by a mother. Being skillful at releasing the calves and smiling, Krishna steals in two ways: beyond our sight and before our eyes. You see, what is the intelligence of Krishna? Krishna, you see, everybody is doing their household chores, right? And when he comes and releases all the calves, immediately in every house, the cowherd man, they will become disturbed. Okay? Because calves are going and drinking the milk and they have to separate. Now all disturbance happen. And that is the time Krishna stealthily enters inside the house to steal. Right? That means he's expert stealer. He knows how to steal. Using his intelligence, he finds different ways to steal. He distributed it to monkeys. When all the monkeys had taken their fill, could eat no more, Krishna thought, without you, what is the use of my eating? So I will not eat. Then in anger, he broke the yogurt pots. Right? So he is going to steal. He is full. He is anyway full, right? But Mother Yashoda feeds him, though he eats. Otherwise, he has no hunger. But he goes and steals to feed the monkeys. Because no gwala or gwalin will come and tell monkeys, you eat our butter, right? Monkeys have enough to eat on the enbras, so many fruit trees, so many other things to eat. So why? But Krishna feeds them so much, even they are not interested to eat further. So Krishna says, for whom he would steal. That is why he saw that there is no worth in his stealing, because no taker. So what he does? He breaks the pot in anger. When he enters a house and does not find any yogurt, he becomes angry at the occupants and says, "Stay here. I will come back tomorrow morning with a flaming torch in my hand. If you don't give me some yogurt, I will burn down your house along with your relatives and children." After saying that, Krishna makes the small children cry by scratching them with his nails. So does it look like God? He doesn't look like God, isn't it? What is his language? I will burn you along with your family members. How? By lighting your heart. That's terrible, isn't it? It looks like very terrible. Some comments I made. When Mother Yashoda tells gopis to let her son eat to the satisfaction of his belly, gopis would reply, "Krishna likes to steal. He does not eat if you feed him. He steals in two ways, beyond their sight and before their eyes." Before their eyes, Krishna steals. Besides, he makes the small children to cry if he didn't find butter in their houses. So what is the fault of these children? They didn't do anything. It is their parents, they have not kept any yogurt. He also warned that he would burn their houses along with the inhabitants. This is Krishna's transcendental nature. How can one comprehend? Krishna is the original thief. Original thief. And he threatens. He threatens. So, क्या हो गया? Okay. Text 30. When the milk and curd are kept high on a swing, hanging from the ceiling, and Krishna and Balaram cannot reach it, they arrange to reach it by piling up various planks and turning upside down the mortar for grinding spices. Being quite aware of the contents of a pot, they poke holes in it. While the elderly gopis go about their household affairs, Krishna and Balaram sometimes go into a dark room, brightening the place with the valuable jewels or an ornament on their bodies, and taking advantage of this light by stealing. In fact, if needed, Krishna and Balaram can always emit the effulgence from their own body. But they won't do it because they are fully absorbed in their own sense of childhood. Krishna has a natural sense of his own childhood. And that childhood has manifested as small kid called Krishna, small kid called Balaram. So this childhood is within Krishna. It is not that Krishna is becoming child. No. It is his nature. He manifests as a child because that is his eternal aspect of his existence. So, here are some of my notes. Krishna is very adept at getting to the top to catch a hanging pot. Guessing at their content, different pots are hanging. He would immediately know. This is butter, this is yogurt, this is this, this is that. Which one to steal, which is empty, which is filled. He knows everything. Right? And he's also expert making a hole on the pot from the bottom. Because sometimes even if you put all planks and mortars, still you would not reach the pot because it is very high. Right? So what you will do? Then he cannot lift the pot and bring it down. So he will make a hole. And he is expert how to make a hole because while making the hole, if the pot breaks, then everything goes waste. So he will make a very nice hole. The curd would come out. And he has trained his friends how to put their mouth. And it is falling. And they're eating like this. It's all so nicely trained. Anybody who would see it, instead of becoming angry, he would appreciate, wow, what these people are doing. Eh? And then, and he is expert how to allow each boy to drink the yogurt, right, from that pothole. It appears that his cognizance is perfect, right? When Yashoda says you should be careful, ladies would say, he knows when they are all busy in household chores. So when they are complaining, Yashoda is saying, थोड़ा सा देखो ना, नजर रखो, जब आएगा मेरा पास लेके आओ, bring him, catch hold of him. But you know that what Krishna can do, right? If you take Krishna, Prabhavati, you know the story of Prabhavati. So, Prabhavati carrying Krishna, and by the time she reached Yashoda's house, Yashoda is seeing Prabhavati's own child, not Krishna. And then, after Prabhavati becomes ashamed, outside the house of Yashoda, Krishna says, my dear lady, next time be careful. If you do this tamasha with me, I may become your husband. And then you will not be able to see, you will be hanging your head in shame. Right? So Krishna can do all these wonderful things, but everybody were very happy with this. So basically, Yashoda is saying, why don't you keep an eye on him when he's coming? He says, he knows when we are busy. He would not come when we are free. While gopis go on complaining, they also acknowledge that Krishna has stolen their hearts by his charming, sweet smile, his baby talk, his sweet movements, his beautiful body, and what not. In fact, his expert act of stealing. By everything, these ladies are actually purchased. So when they catch him red-handed, Krishna would speak so nicely with broken words. Please don't take me to Mother Yashoda. I beg you. I will not do this. Please forgive me. Krishna must be telling like this. And in his very innocent way, he must be telling. And they were very satisfied. Okay, we will not take you. Fine. Right? So while Krishna does all this naughtiness, these ladies are completely purchased by Krishna's varieties of things, and they are his charming sweet smile, his baby talk, his sweet movements. When he gave the charming sweet smile, because the men were disturbed when he released the calves before milking the cows. So when they become angry, Krishna would give us such a sweet smile. And these men were, what a sweetness. Because this is all transcendental. Right? And you have to recognize these cowherd boys, cowherd men, cowherd women, cowherd girls, they are all transcendental. They are devotees at the highest platform. So these activities that is happening, they are part of Krishna's transcendence. Okay? So his baby talk, his sweet movement, when they caught Krishna, Krishna must be running away and they must be trying to catch him. And Krishna must be, the way he must be generating his gait to run away, That must be so beautiful. And Krishna has purchased all of their heart. They're coming to Yashoda Mai to complain, but not in an angry mood, to take pleasure in Krishna's pastime. And all of them, they liked most is Krishna's stealing act. Butter thief. Dear devotees, the next text 31. When Krishna is caught in his naughty activities, the master of the house will say to him, "Oh, you are the thief?" and artificially express anger at Krishna. Krishna will then reply, "I am not the thief, you are the thief." Sometimes being angry, Krishna passes urine and stool in a neat and clean place in our houses. Where does he do that? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he passes urine and stool in that temple room. In that temple room, he passes urine and stool. Right? Imagine in your temple room or in my temple room, even my children, if they pass their stool or urine, I would have never excused them. Right? But here, Krishna has gone and passed urine and stool in their own temple room. And still, they are so attracted to Krishna. They are so attracted to Krishna. So simply wonderful Krishna. Sometimes being angry, Krishna passes urine and stool in a neat and clean place in our house. But now our dear friend Yashoda, this expert thief is sitting before you like a very good boy. So, many times they come, they complain, and they have a discussion, right? But this complaint they are doing when Krishna was sitting there with Krishna, Yashoda. Always whenever they come, and can you imagine? You are like very nice son of your mother, Yashoda Sutta, Yashoda Nandana, and Krishna is there, Yashoda is there, and all these people, they have come with their baggage of complaint. And they're saying, "You're Krishna. He looks so nice, so gentle. What did he did today? He has passed urine and stool in my temple room. And you must be knowing." And it is said, the moment they complain like that, Krishna's face trembled. He was now fearful. Mother Yashoda can possibly tolerate his stealing of butter. But can she tolerate? Can she tolerate Krishna's passing of urine and stool in their temple room? Oh, no. Never, it is not possible. And Krishna is trembling out of fear. Fear? How can fear catch Krishna? Okay? But now our dear friend Yashoda, this expert thief is sitting before you like a very good boy. Sometimes all the gopis would look at Krishna sitting there, his eyes fearful, so that his mother would not chastise him. And when they saw Krishna's beautiful face, instead of chastising him, they would simply look upon his face and enjoy transcendental bliss. Mother Yashoda would mildly smile at all this fun. She would not want to chastise her blessed transcendental child. Dear devotees, in front of little Krishna, Gopi is complaining to Mother Yashoda. He passes stool and urine in their temple room. What an embarrassing situation. Sometimes we say, how can I face such an embarrassing situation? Right? How embarrassed I am. You are caught doing something wrong and you feel embarrassed, right? But what an embarrassing situation for Krishna. Right? And not only that, there Bhakti Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that sometime he will snatch away the inner garments of the ladies and kick upon them and would propose them. Would you like to marry me? Huh? And then gopis would say, Yashoda, we warn you, control your son. Eh? It looks like he will become such an expert thief that your house will be filled with stolen opulence. And not only that, your house will be full of many stolen girls also. Eh? So can you imagine? Whose mother will not be shamed by such discourse? But Mother Yashoda is not at all ashamed. Her son is sitting there, just there, and she is listening the complaint. Okay? And this certainly makes Krishna fearful. He started to tremble, but Yashoda beamed with a wide smile. When she saw the fear in Krishna, she was fully satisfied as a mother. My son is fearing me. She fears my stick. That's all. Something he has done is fine. Right? So, dear friends, this is the Lila of Krishna. Now we go to the next one. One day while Krishna was playing with his small playmates, who was always full of anxiety over Krishna's welfare, picked Krishna up with her hands. One day while Krishna was playing with his small playmates, including Balaram and other sons of Gopas, all his friends came together and lodged a complaint to Mother Yashoda. Mother, they submitted, Krishna has eaten dirt. So, there was a complaint. Ladies complained. Yashoda tolerated. She didn't raise a stick. But when Mother Yashoda heard Krishna has eaten dirt, she became angry. This is incomprehensible. So Krishna was not scolded for stealing butter, not for stealing garments, not for proposing the gopis for marriage, not for passing urine and stool, but he was scolded by Mother Yashoda for eating dirt. My dear friends, what is the answer? You may say, okay, Mother Yashoda was concerned about his health. Okay. Upon hearing this from Krishna's playmates, Mother Yashoda was always full of anxiety over Krishna's welfare, picked Krishna up with her hands to look into his mouth and chastise him. Her eyes fearful, she spoke to her son as follows. Yashoda was fearful because Krishna may become sick. No. When Yashoda heard that Krishna has eaten dirt, Mother Yashoda was very fearful that Krishna may flee. That was her fear. Because most flee. भाग जाएगा अरे अरे भाग जाएगा तो वो उसका मुंह कैसे देखेगा, वो डांट खाए कि नहीं हैं? Because many times Yashoda has tried to catch hold of Krishna, and Krishna is very expert to escape. I have seen, children have this mystical power. Many times I have tried to catch my own daughters and they would somehow flee. Okay? So, but in case of Krishna, this is transcendental Lila. Right? And Mother Yashoda is trying to catch Krishna. And Krishna has fled many times. And that is why Mother is fearful whether Krishna would flee. Krishna would flee. In fact, I have seen whenever I catch hold of my daughters, they try to flee and they really flee. And whenever I catch hold of them, I have a fear they may flee. And once they flee, I cannot catch hold of them. It's pakka. And when I read this, I could easily relate my own experience. Very easily. So, my dear friends, Krishna, as a child, is giving the pleasure befitting to his parents. So Mother Yashoda is fearful. Because Krishna may flee, scolding and beating attitude in Yashoda is not a fault. Normally, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Yashoda's fear, Yashoda's attitude to scold Krishna, Yashoda's desire to beat Krishna, these are not his fault. Okay? These are out of intense love for Krishna. Intense love for Krishna. In fact, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying these attributes or these Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur saying Yashoda's fear that Krishna would flee, Yashoda's desire to punish Krishna, they actually nourish her Vatsalya rasa. Suppose Krishna and Yashoda, they are in Vatsalya rasa. The rasa would not be nourished if Yashoda doesn't fear. It's not that only Krishna is fearing Yashoda. Yashoda is also fearing Krishna. Right? It's mutual. And these are nourishing this rasa. That is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. These qualities nourished her love for Krishna. Similarly, the fear in Krishna is also an ornament in the reciprocal love. It is not a fault. Mayavadis and others say, oh, Krishna is fearing. That means he is an ordinary human being. They are first-class idiots. They don't understand the nature of the absolute truth. Absolute truth, within him, a child is hidden. And that child is Krishna. Bal Gopal. Okay? And he has transcendental nature. So Mother Yashoda is saying, Dear Krishna, why are you so restless that you have eaten dirt in a solitary place? And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Mother Yashoda is saying, I have so much of sweet meat, everything in my house in abundance. Why are you eating dirt? And this complaint has been lodged against you by all your playmates, including your elder brother Balaram. How is this? So Mother Yashoda is telling, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining, very wonderful. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that normally if Mother Yashoda would have said, Krishna, that your friends are complaining, then Krishna would get away with saying that my friends want that I be beaten by you. So they are making a false complaint. But Yashoda Maya cleverly added the name of Balaram. Why? Because Balaram would never lie against Krishna. That Krishna also knows. Okay? So obviously this complaint is not a complaint to make Krishna be beaten by Mother Yashoda. So Mother is making it clear. Right? So some of my notes are, Mother Yashoda confronts Krishna. Krishna is the absolute truth. How does Mother Yashoda confront the absolute truth? It is simply incomprehensible. So, dear friend, Krishna's childhood, the divine childhoodness within Krishna manifests simultaneously as baby Krishna and Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba. They are inseparable. Achintya Veda Vedatattva. So Krishna, within Krishna, is there as a child. But what is the meaning of the child? Because child has no locus standi without parents. So that spirit of Krishna as a child, to act as a child, is inseparable from Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba. So they simultaneously manifest Eko Bahuna. So now you see. And I have made another note which I want to repeat again because many of you might have forgotten. Do not lie. Mother Yashoda is warning Krishna. Do not lie. Why? Because Krishna is expert in lying. Mother Yashoda knows this. Mother Yashoda knows this. Krishna is expert in lying. Right? So it is not a case that they want you to be beaten by me. Because Balaram is also a witness. So don't lie, Krishna. Balaram also is the witness of your act of eating dirt. So don't lie. Right? So Mother Yashoda is confronting the absolute truth. Text 35. Lord Krishna replied, My dear mother, I have never eaten dirt. Still Krishna lied. So there what? Mother Yashoda is confronting Krishna. Don't lie, don't lie. And what Krishna is doing? I have not lied. I have not eaten dirt. That means he is lying. Mother Yashoda is confronting Krishna. Don't lie. And Krishna is doing the exactly same thing that he is lying. Mother, I have not eaten dirt. All my friends complaining against me are liars. If you think they are being truthful, you can directly look into my mouth and examine it. Actually, Krishna is fearful. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, when Mother Yashoda confronted Krishna, Krishna was very fearful. So although he knows that he has eaten dirt, and Mother Yashoda is warning him not to lie, but out of fear he is lying. Out of fear for Mother Yashoda, he is lying. Dear devotees, this is very, 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 very wonderful. He's lying, right? And you do the pratyaksha praman. So out of fear, he says, okay, see my mouth if I have eaten. So it's out of fear only. And actually Krishna would have been caught. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, actually the mud was there in Krishna's mouth. Krishna was so frightened, almost he was about to pee. But, there is something wonderful happened. You remember the pastime of Mura? When Krishna fought with Mura, and Mura fled after some time, and Krishna was taking rest, what happened? Mura came and wanted to kill Krishna. Then what happened? Krishna is lying. And Ekadasi came out of his body and beheaded Mura then and there without even any confrontation. Exactly same thing happened. So when Krishna lied and he is about to be caught, right? In Krishna's inconceivable personality, there are many persona that are residing within him. They are ready to serve him. Okay? And one of the personality within Krishna is, this personality is, let me read it. This personality is, he is unimpeded, non-contradictory power. Okay? This is name is there. Abhyahatai Swarya. So there is a personality within Krishna that naturally manifests his Aishwarya, uncontradictory Aishwarya. Because when Krishna is a child, normally certain Aishwaryas should not manifest. But some Aishwarya can manifest. And this particular Aishwarya, he wanted to serve Krishna. And this is the time he found to do a service to Krishna. He wanted to save Krishna from the embarrassment. And he exhibited Krishna's Aishwarya. That is the universe. So, as Mother Yashoda looked into Krishna's mouth, it is not Krishna who manifested his Aishwarya. No. Because Krishna is a child. He is not going, he is a child, my dear friend. He is absolutely in fear, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. But his unimpeded, contradictory power, Purusha, revealed. He wanted to serve Krishna. Now he wanted to protect Krishna from this embarrassing situation. And instead of sowing dirt, he sowed the universe. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, actually, Brahmaji is saying, Krishna saw, Yashoda Mai saw this universe not in Krishna's mouth, but in Krishna's belly. Number one. And he is also saying, he saw the universe of this four-headed Brahma, not any other universe. So this universal form was not manifested by Krishna. Okay? And it was manifested by Krishna's own opulence to protect Krishna. You cannot understand who is God. It's very difficult. We don't have faith in Krishna. We don't understand Krishna scientifically. That is why at every moment we are depending on our false ego. Dear friends, let us learn how to neglect our false ego and depend on Krishna. Then we will see the beauty of Krishna's transcendental portion. Okay? So Krishna wants to hide his lie as Mother Yashoda opened his mouth because he was embarrassed. He was about to be caught. So at that very moment, his unimpeded, non-contradictory power saw an opportunity to serve Krishna. This personality hides himself whenever Krishna and his devotees are engaged in intense, sweet reciprocation. But at this time, he found an opportunity to save Krishna. And he manifested on its own the universal form, not Krishna. What Krishna would manifest? He is, in Golaka, Krishna is not the absolute truth. He is not the controller. In fact, none of them, Yashoda, gopis, girlfriends, boyfriends, none of them have reverence for Krishna as the absolute truth. Yes, they love Krishna. They love Krishna more than their life. They love Krishna as their son. They love Krishna as their brother or friend or lover. They love. So here also, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is asking a question. Why didn't he stand there boldly, stating that he is the absolute truth? In fact, I was a fool enough in the beginning, I used to tell, Krishna lies or tells the truth, there is no distinction actually. But that's a very poor understanding of Krishna Lila. So this is a question. Krishna could have told that, oh, I am the absolute truth. Who are you to confront me? No. This very relationship between child Krishna and Mother Yashoda, this is indifferentiable from the transcendental beauty that is Krishna as a persona. Okay. So, dear devotees, I am getting late because I have to finish this. So here, my answer to this question is, I'm making this guess. If Krishna would have said that, oh, I am God, and in fact, if you would have acted as a God, then the divinity of Krishna would have been pale, or this would make him a less of a divinity, as he is eternally bound by Vatsalya rasa. So, by becoming or by behaving like he is absolute truth, he is negating his own Vatsalya rasa. Are you able to follow? This is a critical thing. I don't know whether you people are following this or no. Suppose Krishna would have said, oh, I am God. Who are you to confront me? That means then Krishna is denying his Vatsalya rasa. And his Vatsalya rasa is subservient or inferior to his nature as absolute truth. I hope, I don't know, if people are feeling sleepy, then you can't enjoy it. Because these Leelas, to enjoy, you have to have a certain level of transcendence. Anyway, I am going to complete very fast. So finally, when Krishna opened his mouth wide by the order of Mother Yashoda, she saw within his mouth all moving and non-moving entities, outer space and all directions, along with mountains, islands, ocean, the surface of the earth, the blowing wind, fire, the moon, the stars. She saw the planetary system, water, light, air, sky, and creation by transformation of Ahankara. She also saw the senses, the mind, sense perception, and three qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance. She saw the time allotted for the living entities. She saw natural instinct and the reaction of karma. She saw desires in different varieties of bodies, moving and non-moving. Seeing all these aspects of the cosmic manifestation along with herself and Vrindavan Dham, she became doubtful and fearful of her son's nature. Dear friends, to be able to see this, can you imagine? A yogi have to perform trillions of years of tapasya. Still, he cannot understand all these things. To be able to see 24 elements, you have to do many trillions years of tapasya. I think some time back, this Anmol was saying, we also see mode of goodness, mode of passion. No, none of us we see mode of goodness, mode of passion. We see their influence upon us, or we experience their influence upon us. We don't see. So what is the meaning of seeing 24 elements? Seeing 24 elements means you see Krishna. That is the point. Seeing 24 elements is, 24 elements are not matter. Try to understand this. 24 elements are not matter. 24 elements tells you who is Krishna. Okay? 24 elements are relation to Krishna. They are not ignorance. They are not matter. Matter is ignorance. So as I told you earlier, divinity cannot experience ignorance or matter. But divinity can experience 24 elements. And this is what Mother Yashoda's, this particular pastime is actually telling us. Okay? And some of the points that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, Mother Yashoda saw the universe within the belly of Krishna, yet the universe is outside. Right? So she saw the universe within the belly of Krishna, and yet the universe is outside of Krishna. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, this is the very idea of Krishna for the Santarasa. Those who are in Santarasa, they see universe within Krishna and Krishna within the universe. Right? This is contradictory. This is incomprehensible. But people who are in Santarasa, they like this. And Mother Yashoda was made to see this. Okay? And then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also saying, she saw the personalities representing three guna. Three guna themselves are impersonal. They have no form. But the presiding deity of this guna, they have form. Okay? So Sattva guna is a person, Raja guna is a person, and Tama guna is a person. And she saw these persons. She saw also Kala as well as living entity and the karma. So that means the whole material world, everything she saw without doing anything, right? This idea that Lord is within the universe, yet the universe is within Him, meant for Santarasa devotees. This truth is always there, but we don't see. How does Yashoda see? Did you follow what I am saying? That is, 24 elements are all there. Is there? I don't see it. Right? I've heard it. Maybe I have meditated on it and I have some idea. Maybe. But I have not seen them. But Mother Yashoda saw it. How did she see? How did she see? This is the question. Okay? So, I think I'm already late. I'll just go to another verse and put an end here. Mother Yashoda began to argue within herself, is this a dream? Or is it an illusory creation by the external energy? Has this been manifested by my own intelligence? Or is it some mystic power of my child? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying very wonderful thing. He is saying that if demigods, material energy means material energies are in charge of demigods. So demigods have put her into illusion, seeing this. Then Mother Yashoda's argument is that I am so ordinary. Why demigods will take such a big endeavor to put me under illusion? Then she thinks, is this Krishna, is Narayana, the way Gargamuni said? Then Yashodama is saying, no, she lies, she steals, she passes urine and stool. No. She cannot be that absolute truth, Narayana. Wow. I have covered these topics like a story many times. And this is the first time I am venturing to tell these stories in a very, with a deeper understanding. And I was inspired to do so based on only one question that I gave you in the quiz. And that is that Krishna's Leelas are incomprehensible. So, with that mood, while taking shelter of Sri Sri Lakshmi Nrsimhadev, Giriraj Krishna and Sri Sri Radharaman Ji, I am attempting to narrate these pastimes in such a depth, and there may be some mistakes in my narration, but I am taking help of Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary as well, and putting some points. Yesterday I pointed many questions as well. So this chapter I will put it now here. I am not going to go further. I just gave you an hint that how these topics are so deep and not very easy to comprehend. And what I am going to discuss tomorrow would be a surprise. And I think that you should give me that freedom to keep that surprise. Hare Krishna. So, can you read some question there?
Piyush Prabhu is saying, devotees so much relish the childhood pastimes of baby Krishna in Bhaumya Vrindavan. However, in Vaikuntha Goloka, Krishna remains as a Kishore. How do devotees in Vatsalya Ras relish their exchange with Krishna as a Kishore? Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for sharing with us a glimpse of the endless depth in Krishna's pastime.
Yes. That is why Nanda Baba and Yashoda, they go wherever Krishna goes for performing pastime. Okay? Nanda Baba and Yashoda, they are also relishing their parenthood in Golaka, and they are going wherever Krishna is going in Bhaumalila. I am not very technically knowledgeable in such questions, because when if Krishna allows me some time, what happens, if I come to know about these answers sometime, I will let you know. As of now, I have no idea. All that I can say Yes, these pastimes are not there, but doesn't mean that Nanda Baba Yashoda are simultaneously in Goloka Vrindavan, and they are simultaneously in different planets now, in different universes. And this is the mystical opulence Krishna has created. So this is the way it is. So Nanda Baba and Yashoda are enjoying both this childhood pastime in Vrindavan, Bhauma Vrindavan. They are also feeling or also reciprocating their Vatsalya rasa in Goloka Vrindavan in their own way there. Okay, next, Sunil.
Sunil Prabhu is saying, sir, Hare Krishna, sir, we could not hear the name of the Ishwarya that showed Brahman inside Krishna's mouth to Mother Yashoda.
Unimpeded, contradictory power. That there is a Sanskrit word for that. You try to understand. Unimpeded means it is just there. You know, they just like I gave you the idea. When Krishna is lying and Mura came to kill him, unimpeded from his body came out the Ekadasi and beheaded. So it is like that. There are varieties of Purushana, they reside within Krishna and they are ready to serve him. And this particular Sakti who is residing within Krishna, we can always say this is Antaranga Sakti anywhere, right? So this is called contradictory power, right? What is contradictory? Because Krishna is a small child, that is his natural state, right? As a divine being, Krishna, within Krishna, Krishna's sense as a small child is also there. So in that sense, this power that can show the opulence of Narayana should not exist. So that's why this is contradictory. But to serve Krishna, it came out. Okay? Next.
Tanish Gupta Prabhu is asking, Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandat Pranam. If Krishna don't want to break Vatsalya Ras, then why Krishna allows Mother Yashoda to watch his mouth? Please explain.
Yeah. I don't know what is your question. Because he didn't want to break Vatsalya Rasa, because Vatsalya Rasa is very higher. Then, actually I didn't actually Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, you see, Krishna let me read that here. Somewhere I have written this. Yeah. So here it is. Lord is telling a lie. But this is out of fear. The fear that nourishes the parental rasa. And Lord's parental rasa is much superior to purity, mercy, and truthfulness. Try to understand this. So Krishna is a controller, is a less of divinity. Krishna, as a child of Nanda and Yashoda, is highly superior than Krishna as pure substance. Krishna as truthfulness. Krishna as a mercy or any other such qualities. So, and that is why Krishna became fearful and he showed his mouth. Krishna could have told that I will not show you the mouth. Who are you? I am the God. Then the Vatsalya rasa of Krishna would have been less of the ontology of the absolute truth. Is that clear, Tanishq?
Yes, Guruji, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, in one previous lecture it was discussed that even Lord Brahma cannot see the five elements. But today we discussed that a divinity can see the elements which are not matter. Can you please explain?
What is saying? When I said Brahma cannot see the 5 elements, I have not said that. Brahma is the creator of this universe. How he cannot see the 5 elements? That I will never say. Okay? 5 elements, Brahma certainly sees, Kumaras see. There are so many personalities within this universe that see 5 elements. Not only they see 5 elements, how, if they don't see 5 elements, how then Narada will bring a dead son back to life? If they don't see the 5 elements. Okay, next.
Devinity Prabhu is saying, Hare Krishna sir, Dandal Pranam. Thank you sir for this wonderful Leela you shared with us. We are so fortunate to be able to hear from you, your lotus mouth. Thank you sir. My question is related to my recent experience in this material world. You said there is a lot of exploitation in the material world. I have seen a lot of exploitation specifically in the private industry, specifically regarding the working hours. In my office, they make us work till 10 p.m. in the night very often in this corona work from home timing. Yesterday, my manager made me work till 9:45 p.m. in the night. This was also the reason I was unable to attend yesterday's evening class. Sir, my question is eventually, I want to go to level of 64 rounds every day, someday, as you told in one of the lectures, that should be the
जय श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, श्रीला गिरिराज कृष्ण की, श्री श्री राधा रमन जी की.
64 rounds should be aim of every one of us. It is difficult for me to go to that level if majority of my time is occupied by mundane office work. How can we approach this problem specifically for people working in the private industry? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Na Dhanam Na Janam Na Sundarim Kavitam Va Jagdish Kame, but due to my previous anarthas of my previous lifetimes, I have a very strong desire to accumulate some wealth by startup means so that I can retire early in my life, preferably in my young years, so that I am able to chant 64 rounds every day while I am still young. Please guide us.
Now, to chant 64 rounds means you have to give up your job. Then only you can chant 64 rounds. Otherwise, this will become artificial. It is untenable. You can't continue it. You just chant every day, good 16 rounds every day morning. Make sure that you get up early and chant 16 rounds. This much standard you first follow. 64 is a long way to go. Next.
Devendra Prabhu is asking, Hare Krishna sir, Dandal Pranam. Is Nand Baba and Yashoda Ma conscious of their presence at multiple places at the same time to participate in Krishna's childhood pastimes?
Oh, don't ask me that. Devaki and Vasudha were present in 16,100 palaces when Krishna married to 16,100 queens simultaneously. They were present. So you have to ask them. I don't know, my dear friend. It's a good question. And these are many questions would come, but we won't get the answer. By Krishna's mystical potency, they are all present simultaneously. I don't know whether they are conscious of all those things that they are doing. I can't tell. Next.
Sanjay Sinha Prabhu is asking, Nityanand Prabhu became unconscious during performing drama and his friends became bewildered and frightened. Can it be explained with today's discussion?
Yeah, yes, as we are saying is that Nityananda Prabhu was in a mood of lustman, and in his mood he want to experience his servant Hanuman to bring the Sanjivani herb from Gandhamadana. And when that Sanjeevani herb would be given to him, then only he will get up. So he is in that mood. And somehow the children, they forgot when he became unconscious. They got into panic. And someone later realized this. And then they followed, and then Nityananda Prabhu got back to his external senses. So, when Krishna is performing his pastime in Braj, these pastimes are happening in the spiritual plane. So when also, this is some question you can always ask, that when Krishna is eating mud, which mud is eating? So obviously, he is not eating, the mud. You know that, today only I was meditating. What mud Krishna ate actually? Because you know that in soil of Vrindavan, Krishna put some pearls or something like that, right? And then Krishna cultivated a lot of jewelries. And then Radharani and others, they also went and they put all their ornaments and everything, and that they only got on the thorns, right? So Vrindavan soil can give anything and everything, right? So even if Krishna eats little of dirt from Vrindavan, and we have also heard every particle of Vrindavan dirt can manifest Vaikunthas. So that way also you can see the dirt that entered into Krishna's mouth has the capacity to manifest millions of universes. So anyway, these leelas are so tough. It has no end to it. Okay.
Pancharko is asking Ranita Levita question. How do you ascertain that you are soul, not the body? 5 marks and 200 words. Sir, the consciousness that I experience is bodily consciousness, which has nothing to do with the soul. According to Bhagavad Gita 13.6, whatever pain, pleasure, desire, convictions I experience are part of matter. So, sir, how to ascertain this?
That is your headache, no? You want to perfect your life, or I will make your life perfect. No, you have to perfect your life. You have to experience it. That is why that question is there. Okay? So whatever experience you have about you, that you are soul, that you have to write. Okay. Anyhow, thank you very much, all of you. Please be ready for tomorrow's nectar on Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, because Krishna Janmashtami is coming. So that is why we have this special arrangement to talk about Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.